welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about horoscopes, our moon sign, and our rising sign. I've really been wanting to do this video for a while now because I think it is really cool if you're into this stuff. Many people aren't, but I am. So if you are, let's keep rolling. My sign, meaning my sun sign, is a Sagittarius. I am what we call blunt, adventurous, optimistic, you name it, that it is. We're the best fire sign ever, and I don't care what anyone says. We're the most determined sign of them all. I don't care what you guys say. Yes, I'm being blunt about that. But no, I know some people give Sagittarius a bad rap, but I think we're pretty dope if you get to know us. We can be a little mean, a little cold-hearted, but once you warm us up, just like any other sign, once you get to know a person, you start to understand like, oh, she cool. But yeah, so recently I found out about I wanted to look at our moon sign and the rising sign, because some people tell me all the time I do act like a Sagittarius, but I'm not as, what's the word, mean, too mean, if that makes sense. Because like I said before, a lot of people give Sagittarius a bad rep, mostly the men, from what I've been hearing. So I have a friend who is really heavily involved in this type of stuff, and she said, Steph, you really need to look up your moon sign and your rising sign, because these two signs will have a key factor of who you necessarily are. Because sometimes we may be the dominant sign, sun sign, but there's also two other signs that kind of correlate with you, if that makes sense. So I decided to look it up. This is not sponsored, but the app that I'm using is called CoStar, and you can, if you have an iPhone, you can look it up. So you'll put your birthday, if you know your date of your time of birth, that also helps to determine. So my sun sign, like I said before, is Sagittarius, and it'll tell you, I'm gonna have it rolling right here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna go over what it says for sun in Sagittarius. It says the sun determines your ego, identity, and role in life. It is the core of who you are and is the sign you're most likely to already know. Your sun is in Sagittarius, meaning you are fundamentally curious, restless, and independent. That I am. You have strong, thought-through ideas about meaning and what's right or wrong, interested in pushing the boundaries of the existent. You live to be free, you travel, and to learn. That is so true. It is in your second house, meaning you feel the need to distinguish yourself from others through money, material possessions, and security. I don't necessarily believe about the material things, that's far from me. So my moon sign is in Aquarius. So it says the moon rules your emotions, moods, and feelings. This is likely the sign you most think of yourself as, since it reflects your personality when you're alone or deeply comfortable. Your moon is in Aquarius, meaning your emotional self is intuitive, observant, detached, and rational. I kind of agree with that. You are often in your own world. Very true. I don't know what it is. As I'm getting older, I just like to be with myself. But you are scared of how you truly feel. I don't know about that one. It is in your fourth house, meaning you find security and safety through your home and family. Very true. Very family oriented. That is me all the way. So my rising is in Libra. It says your ascendant is the mask you present to people. It can be seen in your personal style and how you come off to people when you first meet. Some say it becomes less relevant as you get older. It changes every 2 hours, so if it doesn't make sense, text your mom to confirm your birth time. Your ascendant is in Libra, meaning you come across as compromising, courteous, fair-minded, though sometimes passive-aggressive. You seem inclined towards balance in all forms, aesthetic, romantic, and judgment. And then I also wanted to show you guys the Mercury, and I wanted to show you guys the other features in this app, because so I had a friend, she said she really didn't understand how she communicated, and once she found out about this app, she was able to determine how she actually can communicate better and understand her communication, because as we all know, we're all different. I did my husband's, and I said, no wonder he gets on my nerves. I think his moon is in Capricorn or something like that. I said, no wonder. Oh, sorry, Capricorns, but y'all crazy. Y'all are bad shit. And my husband's a Sag, so our moon and rising were different. So Mercury in Sagittarius. Mercury determines how you communicate, talk, think and process information. It also indicates how you learn. It is the mind's planet. Your Mercury is in Sagittarius, meaning your intellect is expansive, boundary pushing, and independent. Through your sincere and irrelevant curiosity, about everything, you have a critical opinion of most things. A big picture thinker, you find yourself unconcerned with details. You tend to be fairly sarcastic and make other people feel uncertain. It is in your second house, meaning you are curious about and inclined to analyze what is valuable to you, the resources, talents, money, self-worth you have, and the resources you want. Kind of makes sense. Venus in Sagittarius. Venus determines how and what you love. It indicates how you express affection and the qualities you are attracted to. Your Venus is in Sagittarius, meaning your romantic side is curious and easily bored. That I highly agree with. I get so bored quick. That's why I'm always moving around. You enjoy your independence and aren't willing to compromise that freedom for a relationship that doesn't expand the boundaries of your world. Very true. It is in your second house, meaning that for you, love is often expressed in money and material possessions. Girl, who don't love money? My Mars is in Gemini. So Mars is the planet of aggression. No wonder me and my daughter get along. Oh, she's crazy. It determines how you assert yourself, take action, and the energy that surrounds you, particularly in your sex life, your ambitiousness, and when you're angry. Your Mars is in Gemini, meaning you assert yourself in a way that is quick and heady, and you push things forward with lots of energy, though sometimes without focus. That can be true. It is in your 8th house, meaning you put a lot of energy into darkness, taboos, rebirth, sex, and transformation. Oh, y'all trying to say I'm kinky, huh? And also, this can be different as well for everyone. So when you put in your info, this will all generate it for you. And I'm gonna show you the chart that it has for me at the end. So my Jupiter is in Leo, one of the 2 social planets. Jupiter rules idealism, optimism, and expansion. It is also very philosophical. Your Jupiter is in Leo, meaning you grow and find understanding through magnanimity, inspiring confidence, thinking big, feeling good about yourself. It is in your 10th house, meaning you find success through career, goals, and responsibility. That is very true. That is very true. I do agree with that. So my Saturn is in Capricorn, the other social planet. Saturn rules responsibility, restrictions, limits, boundaries, fears, and self-discipline. Your Saturn is in Capricorn, meaning you struggle with your sense of responsibility, ambition, conservatism, repressed emotions, and obsessions with money and power. It is in your 4th house, meaning you had difficulties with your home and family. Yeah, growing up wasn't the easiest, but I mean, we're here. Uranus in Capricorn. Uranus stays in each sign for 7 years, meaning it rules a generation more than a person. It rules in intuitive, rebellion, and progress. Your Uranus is in Capricorn, meaning other generations are shocked by your generation's sense of responsibility, seriousness, rationality, and hunger for power. It is in your 3rd house, meaning that for you, this manifests in rebelling against dated expectations about the things you know and are familiar with. So true, so true, so true. Neptune in Capricorn. All right, with this Capricorn, child. Neptune stays in each sign for around 14 years, meaning it rules a generation more than a person. It rules dreams, imagination, and the unconscious. Your Neptune is in Capricorn, meaning your entire generation finds inspiration through hard work, responsibility, seriousness, and ambition. It is in your 3rd house, meaning that for you, this manifests in your ideal, verging on unrealistic and impractical about the things you know and are familiar with. They're so mean. Pluto means, it's in Scorpio, sorry guys. Pluto stays in each sign for about 30 years. Dang, almost 30. Meaning it rules a generation more than a person. It rules power, intensity, obsession, and control. Your Pluto is in Scorpio, meaning your generation's psyche is comparatively passionate, intense, serious, private, self-obsessed, and perceptive. It is in your first house, meaning you personally are transforming yourself in self-image. And because it is in your first house, your Pluto in Scorpio is hyper present in your personality. That is so true. That's really true. I think I agree. So I'll show you guys, go back, what it looks like, and I will attach this. So when you first come into the app, oh, sorry guys. So when you first come in the app, it will say this. And if you want to, you can be my friend and we can look at each other. Didn't nobody say click on that YouTube video? We can compare our stuff to each other. So this is really good too, because it says power in spirituality, social and sex and love. And then it says pressure in work and self, trouble with thinking and creativity. So every day it will give you updates on yourself, and you can click on them. So like I'll click on spirituality and it'll give me a whole thing. I'm not gonna read that because it's locked. So then when you get here, you're gonna click on chart. And then this is my chart. Oh, you can't see this, guys, so I'll post it. When you see the chart, it'll tell you, it'll break it down for you. And then you'll stroll and it'll tell you everything about yourself. So I really wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's so fascinating if you know it, if you're into this type of stuff, because then it'll help you to better understand yourself. And I think it's really cool because sometimes it's really spot on. Like some of the things are really spot on, and some of the things that we're in denial about, it'll tell you about yourself.